Greetings, Ranger fans. I'm Bryan Montgomery, joined today by head coach Brandon Hickman. The Rangers in action this Friday against Allen in another big district matchup. Coach, coming into this matchup against the state's top-ranked team, Jesuit had another tough loss on the road last week against Prosper. The Rangers trailing by 17, a huge comeback in that second half, fell just a few seconds short. Talk about the pride you have in this team once again to come all the way back and put themselves in position in the waning moments of the contest.
Well, I mean, the kids didn't give up. There was fight. They battled back. Obviously, you don't want to get down, but we were, and we responded. So I was proud of the way the kids fought back, got in the game. Our defense held them to 2 field goals second half. We scored 21 points, scored there with a minute 30 left in the game. Felt like we had it won, and they made a big play. And we had a great goal line stand down there. Felt really good about that and almost blocked the field goal to win it, but just fell short. And we got to get some breaks, and we haven't had the breaks yet, and we got to create our own luck, and hopefully we can be able to do that Friday night.
And one thing that's been impressive, especially seeing what happened last week against Prosper, is the Rangers' efficiency inside the red zone. I believe 16 of 18 this year. You scored 3 red zone touchdowns last week against Prosper, 2 to Hoyt, 1 to Whistler. I think one thing is the options that are available to the Rangers in the red zone and how much that's being able to pay off.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a good offensive line. I think that's the strength of our team is up front. And so we're clearing holes. The guys are playing really well. They're finishing blocks, which is big. We're able to run the ball. I mean, I don't think there's a game where we couldn't run the football this year. That's important. You got to be able to run it and throw it and mix it up. Like to be balanced, 50-50 if we can. That's our goal. But in the red zone, you got to punch it in. We want touchdowns, not field goals. That's our goal. And so, it's nice to hear that we're, 13 for 16 or whatever, 16 for 19 inside the red zone. I feel like our guys have executed well down there. And once you get inside the 20-yard line, like I said, you got to come away with points, and touchdowns is what we're looking for.
And on special teams, too, I think was one of the units that stood out against Prosper and really has stood out all season. Jalen Spicer with a big blocked extra point in the first quarter. You mentioned almost had a game-winning block there in the fourth, missed it by mere inches. Bernie Gonzalez has been great in the punting game. James Koshakshi's been a huge weapon both in kickoffs, trying to get onside kicks, little things like that. Talk about what that unit has meant for the Rangers to help put Jesuit in a good position in most possessions.
Yeah, I mean, we tell our kids that when you're on special teams, you're not taking plays off. That's the third phase in our game as our kicking game. Offense, defense, special teams. I've been very pleased with the way we've kicked off. I thought we've done a great job with that. Our field position has been really good on kickoff returns. I know Jalen almost busted one, and Jake the other night, Taylor, had a close one as well. And then, Jalen, blocking that extra point was huge because that's how we took the lead there with a minute and a half left in the game. Then the last, field goal they kicked, the ball nicked his helmet. And so, so he was right there. But just our special teams has been really good this year. Barney's getting good punts off. Our protection's been good. James done a good job placing the ball in certain areas. And, that's a big part of our game. I think that's kept us in games and helped us win some games this year as our special teams play.
And now with that, we move on to Allen. Again, a lot to be said about that team. Undefeated going into this contest, a huge win against Plano East last week. Looking at the matchup, of course, Allen coming into this game, the top-ranked team in the state. A big task ahead for the Rangers, but nothing that Jesuit has not faced before, facing a really tough team on the road.
I mean, what an opportunity, right? You get to play the #1 team in the state. Our kids are focused on us and improving us. And our kids are going to play well. They're excited about this game. Allen's got a good football team. They got a lot of athletes on the field. They're well coached, and our kids are excited about the opportunity. And I think the main thing is just improving us and going out and competing and doing really well and on the backstretch of our district here. And we want to be 1-0 this week. That's our goal. And we've had a good week of practice, and the kids are prepared, and now it's time to go play.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck to you again this upcoming Friday. The Rangers taking on Allen, 7 p.m. in Eagle Stadium. Jack, Tom, and Chris will be on the air, starting with the Legacy Texas pregame show at 6:30 on 770 KAAM. And as always, be sure to keep it locked into JesuitRangers.org for all of your up-to-date Rangers info.